He tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Alright, hey guys, so we're back with another Screen Rant article. So I found this article through the Google app on my phone because I like getting notified every time there's pretty much any articles, like new articles posted about Dragon Ball, because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. And Screen Rant, our favorite, source of stupid fan theories, posted an article talking about Dragon Ball, why Super Saiyan 2 is better than Super Saiyan 3. Now, they put it in such a clickbaity way so people can click on it, but it doesn't give us enough information of what they're talking about. Like, is it better because of power consumption? Is it better because of what reasons? Because power consumption makes sense. Goku has went on to say that using Super Saiyan 3 drains a lot of power, drains a lot of ki. But Super Saiyan 2 doesn't, and it still puts off an insane amount of power. So we're going to go ahead and go through this article. Is it a long article? Dear God, it's a little long. Okay, so contrary to what their name suggests, Super Saiyan 2 is actually a better transformation than Super Saiyan 3 in the Dragon Ball franchise. When it was first introduced in the Buu saga, the Super Saiyan 3 form was seen as a step up from the previous power level and the most powerful variation of Super Saiyan transformation. However, much has changed since Goku battled Majin Buu and taught the technique to Goten and Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. We're going to go ahead and pause right here just for a moment because of the fact that he didn't teach it, he showed them him transforming into it, and they just naturally picked it up on it and transformed into it. Because he didn't really go in depth of how to obtain Super Saiyan 3. Which was why Piccolo was so shocked when Goten and Trunks, well, not really Goten and Trunks, more Gotenks, because Gotenks is the only one that's been shown as a Super Saiyan, was able to obtain Super Saiyan 3. Because it was already impressive that they were able to obtain, individually, both Goten and Trunks were able to obtain the form of Super Saiyan at such a young age. But it's more impressive that the fact that Gotenks was able to obtain the Super Saiyan 3 form with just seeing Goku transform into it. Alright, so let's keep going. So yeah, this part's already wrong. Well, pretty much just this part's wrong. Okay? In Dragon Ball Super, Goku moved beyond Super Saiyan 3, which is true. When he unlocked Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue form, which the other name for Super Saiyan Blue is obviously Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. I guess Super Saiyan Blue is just easier, which it kind of is. God, fuck these ads. Toward the end of the anime, he grew even stronger when he discovered Ultra Instinct. Well, he wasn't really stronger because it didn't increase his strength, really. What it mostly did was his arms and legs thought independently of each other, and he was moving without thinking. It's a type of flow state in which, yeah, your power doesn't increase, but because you're able to move independently without, your limbs independently without thinking, it really makes all your movements faster because you don't have to think. That's why this was such a big deal. So, no, not really stronger. That's another incorrect statement. A transformation, kind of, People see it as a transformation. It kind of is, kind of isn't. That one's a gray area that I'll say you can call it a transformation, but then you can also not call it a transformation at all. That isn't connected to his Saiyan heritage, which actually they got that one right. I'm very surprised because people consider um, Ultra Instinct or Autonomous Ultra Instinct, whatever you want to call it, a Super Saiyan form, even though it's not. Anyone can obtain Ultra Instinct. It's just you got to have like a lot of skill. It's more thinking. It's more of moving without thinking than thinking with moving. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay, fantastic. Don't worry, I say stupid shit like that all the time. Let's see here. Where were we? Since Goku and Vegeta now have access to varying levels of power, they don't always stick with Super Saiyan Blue. Sometimes it's necessary to sometimes it's necessary to converse their strength for more difficult fights. When that happens, the two rely on weaker forms like Super Saiyan 2, ability that was first used by Gohan all the way back in the Cell Saga. It looks visually similar to the standard Super Saiyan form, but can be recognized by the sparks of blue lightning around the user's body and the slight difference in their hair. People don't realize that. They go, "Oh, it's just Super Saiyan with lightning." Yeah, kind of. Their hair does get a little bit sharper at the ends, which is something that you don't really notice unless you're standing there focusing at it. And yeah, it does have that whole lightning thing, but that's just to show you the amount of power that it's gaining. Because Super Saiyan didn't have that, and Super Saiyan 2 has that because it's trying to show you how much energy he's putting off. So let's go ahead and continue. Um, Even though Super Saiyan 3 was supposed to be the next level above it, the Super Saiyan 2 form is favored by both Goku and Vegeta. It's a better transformation because Super Saiyan 3 state drains too much energy too fast. That it does. We already talked about this before we started actually reading the article. And Vegeta basically saw the drain in power. That's why he's never went into the Super Saiyan 3 form. He also plays it off like, he doesn't really say that he doesn't do it because of that reason. Because we know that he can easily obtain Super Saiyan 3 if he wanted to. Because he was able to obtain Super Saiyan God without the ritual, which Goku used the ritual, and he was able to obtain Super Saiyan Blue real quick. Okay, that was one of the biggest problems with that. That was one of the biggest problems that Goku had with it when he was fighting Kid Buu. That was, but the other problem was because it was using so much energy. Listen, even if he even used Super Saiyan, it would still drain his energy and drain his time that he had left on Earth. Because remember, how they measure people's power is by life energy. Which, I mean, it's kind of. I don't know. It's one of those weird things that you don't really. Oh, God, I forgot what I was talking about, so I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, so basically, no, I remember what I was talking about. Even if he used like regular Super Saiyan 2, it would drain his energy and he'd have less time. But it wouldn't be as drastic and as fast as Super Saiyan 3 because it just drains it more. But yeah, let us continue. All right, so let's see here. That was because Goku was tired at the time, and he knew Super Saiyan 3 would exhaust. Oh, sorry, we skipped a whole part. When he used it as a demonstration in his fight against Khalifa and Kale in the Tournament of Power, he only stayed in it for a brief period of time, brief period before going back to Super Saiyan 2. That's because Goku was tired at the time, and he knew that Super Saiyan 3 would exhaust him considerably. It is true that Super Saiyan 3 is more powerful than Super Saiyan 2, but the rate at which he consumes the Saiyan's energy takes away from its effectiveness in combat, and the length of time in which it can be utilized. That's why Goku thought he could do better against Khalifa and Kale if he used Super Saiyan 2. It also makes sense why Vegeta never went Super Saiyan 3, despite having the power to pull it off throughout Dragon Ball Super, which we already talked about. Vegeta likely understood from observing Goku, which I talked about, then it was understood from observing Goku, then it was a heavily flawed. It should be then, not than. That's a typo. Heavily. Then it was a heavily flawed form. So yeah, and that the level preceding it was more efficient. It's also worth noting that at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta was able to put up a much better fight against Beerus than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Kind of. It was more that his increasing rage when Beerus hit Bulma put him into this state that actually surprised Beerus. I mean, Beerus was also ready for Goku when he was in Super Saiyan 3. So, I mean, kind of. I'm just going to put kind of on that one. This helps explain why Super Saiyan 3 has lost its relevance in Dragon Ball, and why Super Saiyan 2 hasn't. When Goku was trying to save his best for fighters like Jiren and Top, he often fell back on the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 forms. Only Super Saiyan 2. He didn't really use Super Saiyan. I think he used that for like the weaker ones, like Jesus. Who else was? If we're going to use an example, let's use like the exhibitionary fights. So there's like, for instance, got like those wolves. He fought those in his Super Saiyan form for a little bit, and then went to his Super Saiyan 2 form. I mean, he didn't really go into his original Super Saiyan form. He more stayed in Super Saiyan 2. I don't know. But whatever. Which helped him get through several challenging fights with Kale, Khalifa, and more. Yeah. Alright, so we went over this, and I'm actually surprised. I mean, with a couple errors, which, I mean, they're small ones. They're not like for instance, teaching Goten, yeah, like teaching Goten and Trunks the technique in Dragon Ball Z. He didn't do that. It was more that Gotenks, which is the fused form of Goten and Trunks, obtained the form after just watching him use it. Then there's another one, I think in this paragraph. There's kind of an error. It was Super Saiyan 3 drain, like saying that that was one of the biggest problems they had when fighting. Oh yeah. Oh sorry, it was when he was fighting Kid Buu. I'm sorry. So I thought it was when he was fighting Majin. When it said he was fighting Majin, but I read this completely wrong. So that is actually accurate. So for all those people that are typing, "Ooh, you just said that wrong. You're an idiot. Here you go. This is actually the correct answer." Um, it's this one's actually a bit more difficult to say because he was only familiar using the form when he was dead. He didn't have access to the form when he was alive because then he would have already had Super Saiyan 2 and would have been able to easily defeat Cell. But remember, he wasn't strong enough to fight and defeat Perfect Cell, but Gohan was. So, with all that being said, he would be exhausted fighting Kid Buu because this was during a time when he was actually alive. So, yeah. So I was actually wrong about that. And then I don't think there's really any errors in this one. There was one here, but it's kind of small. He didn't really use Super Saiyan during the Tournament of Power. It was more of the Super Saiyan 2 form. But I mean, that's like a little mistake. I mean, people will watch the Tournament of Power and they'll go, "Oh, he's just using Super Saiyan." When I mean, the entire time he's either using his base form, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, or Super Saiyan Blue. He didn't really use Super Saiyan. I mean, it's fine to think that he was, but I mean, because it makes no difference on the end. It makes a little difference when it comes to power, but when it comes to other things like the design stuff, not really much to notice. But yeah, that was this article. I'm actually very surprised. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off here. Very surprised about this because usually they're like, because for instance, like their fan theories are really, really stupid. Like, I mean, all that I've seen. I haven't seen a good fan theory from Screen Rant. So with all this, I'm actually extremely surprised. So good on Screen Rant. Let's give them a round of applause, guys. Like, seriously. And YouTube, please have like an applause track. I'll actually throw that in there. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off here. And if you guys have enjoyed, please hit that like button. If you're all new, don't forget to subscribe for more content, obviously. And share this video with your friends. Maybe they would be interested in knowing a little bit more about, Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. Just a little bit more information. It's not a lot to make like a big impact. Yeah. And I will see you guys in the next video.